friends, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to talk about Techo, which we just got back from. It was this past weekend, and we used to go religiously every year up to 2020 when it was canceled due to COVID, and this is our first year back in those 4 years. So I wanted to kind of go through what we did, what we saw, and kind of like how it was different from the past years, because I was actually very impressed with Techo this year. I remember for 2019, the last one we went, we were slightly disappointed in it, but over the years, our view of conventions and as we've grown as people is pretty different. So we actually had a really good time this year, and I also think Techo improved a lot, which I was very impressed with. And then our own mindset and how we were treating conventions also made it really, really good. Apparently a couple years ago, Techo was actually struggling, and I believe that was 2022, was having like financial problems, which is interesting because in 2019 it was still growing. Funimation was sponsoring it, like it was growing quite a bit, and then I'm sure with COVID that really kind of tanked it, but then it really came back in full force last year, which we missed out on. And you can see that it has grown significantly into what it is now, which, like I said, I was very impressed with. I don't know who sponsored it this year, but either way, they did a great job. Thursday night, we went to go do our badge pickup. Now, they were dealing with some technical difficulties, and also the con before Techo was taking too long to clear out, so they weren't able to start selling badges until about like 3 hours after they were supposed to start. But luckily I had to work that day, so we didn't get there until about 6 p.m. anyway. Now, we didn't have any trouble getting our badges, and honestly, the line moved pretty quickly. I was pretty impressed. We were only in line for, I would say, about an hour or so, maybe like an hour and a half at most, and it certainly didn't feel like it because we were kind of constantly moving. So it was actually quite nice. We moved quickly, we got our badges, and that night the only thing that was really happening, there were a couple of panels. Otherwise, there was a flea market which we took part in. We really wanted to do the flea market, which would only be on Sunday typically, but this year was on Thursday and Sunday. I didn't end up getting anything. Kenty did. There was this, I will forever haunt me, there was a Fizzaroli standee that I really wanted, but I hesitated and decided to walk around first, and it was gone when I went back to it. I will always kick myself for not getting that when I thought of it, but it's okay, because I think we should go over what it was I was looking for. I really wanted to get either Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel standees, specifically stuff in general, was one of the things I was super looking for. So seeing a Fizzaroli standee and then not getting it was just a shot straight to the heart. The other thing I was looking for was I need one wall scroll for my walls. I have a wall scroll right in front of me that you can't see, but it is Joker from Persona 5. And I have a spot right over here for another wall scroll, and I was on the hunt. I was looking for either like a good Kill la Kill one, a Neko Pero one. I wasn't really sure what I was looking for, but I was hoping I would know when I saw it. And then I was just looking for art of any of my like favorite characters, anything like Neko Para. I was trying to keep my options open. Any of the waifus were going to be fine by me. After we did the flea market on Thursday, we went home, and we like just prepared for the next day. So on Friday, we got there super early, was mostly exploring because we had explored a little bit on Thursday, but obviously Fridays when everything was open up. There was a little like radio talk show style panel right at the beginning that kind of took the place of the opening ceremony, because I'm realizing that Techo didn't have an opening ceremony this time.
Don't get heat stroke, remember to eat, cause it's really freaking hot, it's really freaking hot. If your makeup melts off, go wash yourself. If you start to sweat, go wash yourself, please, cause it's really freaking hot, it's really freaking hot.
Tekko started in on the ribbon collecting that other anime conventions also do. Seen some posts, seen some people talking about these ribbons, which I didn't know anything about. And we have been going to Tekko for years. Kenti has been going since the 7th Tekko that existed. I don't remember what year that was. So he's friends with a lot of, or at least acquaintances with a lot of like the OG staff from Tekko. It was really nice because we hadn't been there in 4 years to actually see people that we haven't seen in the 4 years. And one of them is the founder of Tekko. Still, she attends Tekko every single year. Everybody knows that she is the founder, and she's the one who gave us our first ribbons. Here is my badge from Tekko, and I did get some ribbons, and I definitely want to get more, but she gave us this. I met the Tekko Shokan is its full name, but I met the Tekko Shokan founder, which we already knew her. She recognized us when she saw us. It was really cool. And she also gave me this Tekko Shokan founder loves this cosplay because I was in my Futaba cosplay. And so we got to see her, we got to chit chat a little bit. Same with Nancy Kepner, who we've been seeing at Tekko for years. She makes little parody songs for like weebs, and she's great. So after that, we decided to go to the gaming hall, which—
Hello, Futaba.
Hello.
You look cute.
Thank you.
You ready to hack something?
That's my favorite thing to do.
It's clackety clack.
It's like keyboard cat. It's just, I'm in.
Look at the fur.
It's furry. There's a bunny.
It's a gaming center.
There's a husky and angel dust.
Oh yeah?
You didn't believe me when I said that you'd see a bunch of these cosplays. You
I
didn't
didn't.
believe me.
Opened first. And again, this is the first time I've seen Tekko take up the entire convention center. So the dealer's room was one giant side, and the gaming hall was the other giant side. In the past, that gaming side was always like another convention going on. Like one year there was like a vaping convention, and one year was like I don't know, like a craft fair or whatever. So it was interesting to like be able to walk down the middle aisle that is like a Tekko balcony and being able to see Tekko on both sides. Now the gaming hall I saw a lot of people complain about how it wasn't as big as last year's, and obviously I have no idea. But the general consensus is that it was the same size as last year. It's just, it was spread out differently, so it looked smaller. But it's just like just about any other gaming hall in an anime convention. It had all kinds of arcade games that were free to play. It had some UFO catchers. It had the console games that you could play, and then it had a lot of TCG. And in the gaming hall, there were a few different people that you could buy from, and we did buy some Pokemon cards because, of course, we did.
Mostly just kind of browsing, but I'm just kind of looking. Oh, I think I have this one. This one for $8.
They have the Team Raichus.
Oh yeah.
They're so cute.
For $10, it's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
They have this Gardevoir, but I don't know. I think I have this
You
one.
think you'd have to look at your binder.
Oh yeah. That Flareon. Vaporeon.
Both Vaporeons. Raichu.
It's the longest skies Vaporeon.
As it kind of turns out, is whenever we do have a chance to buy an individual card that we really like, we will take that chance, because there was a guy selling individual cards, and we did buy some. Now, we went to this booth a few times throughout the weekend, but I'm just going to talk about the Pokemon cards we bought now instead of going through them all individually. The first one that I got was the Japanese Tag Team Raichu card, and it's so pretty. This is the one I spent the most on. It was $10, which, I mean, in comparison, 2 packs of Pokemon cards is like $5 each, and you're not even guaranteed to get this guy. So this is amazing. It is extremely hard to see, because, okay, that's a tiny bit better, but they're so cute, and I love Raichu. I really love a Alolan Raichu. So I had to get that one. This is the one I spent the most on. It was $10, and that was the most one I ever spent. And then the next one I got was this Lapras V card. I only spent a couple bucks on this one. I typically won't spend more than a few dollars on an individual Pokemon card. I'm not sure what the most I've ever spent was. I want to say maybe $20 on one card. But this one was only a couple bucks, and you can't see it like super well, but it is the Lapras V. Lastly, I got, this one was $5, but this is another Lapras card. It is a Lapras, I assume this is a full art, I don't know. I just really like the art on it, and this is definitely one that I really wanted, that I was really like looking for, and to be able to find this one, I would gladly spend $5 on this thing. It's so pretty. Lapras is so cute. We couldn't help it. We just kept going back to this dang booth and looking through their Pokemon cards and deciding to buy more. Couldn't help it. So eventually the dealer's room finally opened, which was kind of funny because back in the day we used to solely go for the dealer's room, and we would line up for the dealer's room. We would have premium badges, so we would be at like the front of the line, and we would wait there for like an hour for it to open, like crazy people. What was funny was this time we did see all the people line up, and we just kind of sat near the door at one of the tables, and we were able to get in super quickly because the line was still going, but they opened another door, and it was like, okay, we'll just go in that one. So it was completely pointless to wait in line. Sorry to all the people who did, because you could have just sat at a table comfortably and then just walked in. That was one of the mindsets that we had changed towards the end of like 2019, was we weren't standing in line anymore. We used to like exclusively just wait in lines, and we didn't want to do it, especially for voice actors. We used to basically just go to Techo for the dealer's room and for the voice actors. Nowadays, the voice actors we super love don't really do a lot of conventions anymore, or at least haven't been going to Techo. So this year was the first time we really weren't focusing on voice actors. 2019, there were a couple we wanted to meet, and that was kind of where we were like, okay, we really don't want to do this anymore. But in past years, we would miss things that were happening because we were waiting in line to do voice actor panels or signings, because we would go to every single signing they had because we had so much stuff to get signed. There used to be a premium lounge where if you had a Rockstar or premium badge, you could go in there. They would have like snacks, and you could just charge your phone, and it was quiet, and the voice actors would have like exclusive signings in there. They took that away in 2019. 2018 I think was the last time they had it, and it was very disappointing. But it was really great back in the day. Let me go over a couple more of the ribbons while we're heading back there. She saw my Futaba cosplay, so she got me this ribbon, which is a Kemi, and it's really hard to read, but it basically is like, I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes. Very cute. While we were in the dealer's room, I passed a Serpentious cosplay, which I love Serpentious. He is my favorite from Has Been Hotel, and so of course I, talked to him, and he was like, "Do you want an egg?" And I was like, "Yeah, I want an egg." And inside the egg was some candy, and I took Kenty's stickers. Was some candy. He gave us a couple of stickers and a ribbon. And Kenty said something different. They had a variety, but mine said, because I'm giving ribbons to everyone, which was super cute. I don't know where this ribbon tradition started, but I was fully in it at this point. I was like, I would get me some ribbons. So we started shopping. So I'm gonna go through everything that we've bought now, but we bought stuff on Friday and Saturday. We're just gonna do it all now. And while we're already talking about the ribbons, different dealers or like vendors would have ribbons if you asked for them, or if you bought something they would give them to you. At one of them I saw that they had a I Found You Faker Shadow and Sonic ribbon, which we got when we asked for it. We had a choice as well. I got the Gas Keep Gatelight Girl Fail ribbon. Don't think we got any of the other ones from any of the vendors. It wasn't always easy to tell if they had ribbons or not, but if I had really paid attention, I probably could have figured it out. So the first thing that I ended up buying was from this super cute person whose name I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to pronounce, is Lacelleria. It's so cute. She has hamsters on her bag. It's so cute. Her art is so adorable. And I'm gonna have to actually unbox this one because it's in a little thing. It's a standee. Her art is absolutely adorable. It's like a chibi version and it's all shoujo stuff. I have to be very careful because some of these pieces are really small. But she had 2 different fruits basket standees and I ended up, it was one with Toru and Kyo, and then the one that I got, which is Toru, Kyo, and Yuki, but in cat form. So here is Toru. She looks so cute. Her art is adorable, and I love this so much. And of course, I couldn't just do the Toru and Kyo one because I can't leave Yuki out. The base is an onigiri. It's not gonna pick up all the details on camera, but there are little like things to show that it's rice. You can kind of see it. It's not showing up super well. But it's an onigiri, which is so cute. And then here is Kyo. Oh my god, he's so tiny. And Yuki's even smaller. Here he is. Oh my goodness. You can even see him. He's so small. And they're just going to fit on here somehow. So they just kind of pop in like that. Okay. And I think you can put them in either one. I don't think they're specifically set to have to go in any particular one, except for Toru goes in the back because she's tall. And it's so cute. Oh, it's so adorable. There is a protective plastic layer on here, but it's Toru. It's not super foggy like they tend to be. So I might just leave it on, honestly, which is shocking to hear from me, but it's so cute and I love it, and I would definitely get more of their art. After that, I'm not honestly sure what we bought, so we're just gonna go down everything that we found. There were 2 VTubers there, which was interesting. Now, obviously, the VTubers themselves weren't there, but their booths were. One of them was Vampirate Odessa, which we got a little peeker for, which I'm going to be putting on the car. She's very cute, very fitting for Pittsburgh because pirates. The next ones that I got was an artist whose stuff was super cool. I ended up getting 3 prints from her. These were ones that were going out of print. We got these panty and stocking ones. So we got panty and stocking, and they're holographic, which I love. So these will go up in our bedroom where we have all of our other panty and stocking stuff. I can't stop looking at the rainbows. They are so pretty. And so the other one is a little bit weird, I will admit, but I love it. I guess nobody else did, but I do. And I think that made her feel like happy because I assume not a lot of people have bought this print, but it is this one, and it says "Beware of Crimson Peak," which is obviously a reference to the movie Crimson Peak, which is one of my favorite movies. It is so good if you haven't seen it, and it's just a print of it. I don't know where I'm putting this. I don't have movie posters anywhere in my house, but I couldn't leave it be, especially because it was like the ones that were like on sale. And so we got to chit chat a little bit because I was like, I love Crimson Peak, it's so good, and it was her favorite movie too, so gotta show some support for that girl. You know what, we're gonna do this one next. I did get one hell of a boss thing, but I did get a keychain, and it is of Sir Pentious. This person's art was so good, and they did have all of the Has Been Hotel characters, so it was hard to pick. But I had to go with my boy Sir Pentious in the end. I know I think some of her stuff was reversible. Sir Pentious was not, but that would have been cool if they also had like his angel form. But it's just him and his egg boys, and it's so cute. If they'd had a hell of a boss, I would have probably gone with one of those characters. I did not find a single Stolas thing anywhere. And I couldn't just do Blitz. There wasn't a lot of Blitz stuff either, but I couldn't just do Blitz because I have to do Blitz and Stolas. Apparently the pillows did have a stolus, but he sold out immediately, so womp womp for me, I guess. But I did get Serpentis. The next one is going to be one of the last ones for art, but we went to a really cool booth. It's actually the booth that I got this ribbon from, the Girl Fail one. They were super cool. They were actually a duo, like friends that were selling their art at the same booth. And so I got, so one from each artist. I got this beautiful Symmetra print, especially now that I'm back into Overwatch. I've always loved Symmetra. I used to main her, and I do have this skin in the game. So this is gonna look great next to my Tracer one. There were some Sombra ones. Sombra is my girl. She is my favorite from Overwatch, but there were some Sombra art, but none that I loved. But I love this, so can't wait to get this one up on my wall. And then I did get one for a waifu, which is an Albedo print, and this is her, and she is so pretty. I love this art so much, and luckily it can replace my like Otaku box tapestry that I have, which is the only thing I have for Albedo. And this is a more official style fan art, but it is so pretty. She is gorgeous. We specifically weren't going to buy figures at Teco this year. We used to exclusively get our figures from Teco, but we have been burned more than once because these figures can be bootleg and you don't even know, and they also have a tendency to kind of jack up the prices at a convention when I can buy it for a lot cheaper on like AmiAmi. But we did have a rule that we were allowed to buy a figure if it is one that we really want and it's a good price, like we were allowed to. Now in the end we ended up each buying 2 figures, but hey, we did good anyways. So the first one I got, because apparently I'm going to be able to find one of these at every convention I go to until I have the whole set, which is the Glitter and Glamour Sailor Jupiter. If you remember from my Toy Palooza video, I was able to get Sailor Mercury, and I only found like one booth that had Glitter and Glamour Sailor Scout ones. They had Uranus and Neptune, who I already have, which I have videos on as well. And then they had Sailor Jupiter, so I was immediately like, and it was actually a good price. It was actually cheaper at this booth than at even on Crunchyroll. Now Crunchyroll does jack up their prices, but generally like these Glitter and Glamour figures can kind of range between like $30 and like $50. I think I got this one for $35, I think. And on Crunchyroll it's going for like $45, so I definitely grabbed her up. Now these figures I'm going to be unboxing in their own separate videos, but look forward to that. Can't wait to open her and have her join the group. The other one I got, just a moment of silence for Maple, because the one figure that I was looking for was the Pop-Up Parade Maple figure. I made a video talking about her before, and how I lost my chance at getting her. So my one big figure I really wanted to get was Maple, and I didn't find one. I did see Nekopara Papa Parades, mostly Azuki and a couple chocolate and vanilla ones, but I did not find one Maple Papa Parade. Apparently this one is really hard to find now, which is why I'm very sad that I didn't get it from the pre-order that I did pay for, which an update on that is I could get my money back, but I'm not holding my breath. So I got Chocola. I actually would have gotten Vanilla if she had still been around, but the booth I saw Vanilla in, she was already gone. So I got the Pop-Up Parade for Chocola, and she is cute. She is adorable. This is a really good figure. I do love the Pop-Up Parades for Nekopara, and I do plan on getting the rest of them. I'm just still stuck on Maple, okay? So we will do an unboxing of Chocola, but I did get her. And she's gonna look really cute next to Cinnamon. But Cinnamon needs a friend, so she will finally get one. Other than the, like, Artist Alley dealer's room, We did some other stuff. There were a couple of panels we actually ended up going to. There was a rather interesting educational one about yokai in Japan, a Pokemon challenge like in real life, which is where I got this ribbon from, which says I visited the Pokemon League. Teko puts on like a little Pokemon challenge gym thing where we had to do 3 challenges, and basically it's just for fun. You get points, and if you win, you could be on stream with somebody. They had like a Teko like VTuber there whose name I'm not sure of. And then we were also put into a raffle for like some crochet Pokemon stuff, which was cool. But we had to play like a couple of games, which was really fun. We had to do like this kind of memory matching game, but it had more of like a strategy to it, which was really cool. And then we had to do like this like more interactive like shield, like shade the types kind of on a beach kind of situation, which was really cool. And then we also had to go find a gimme ghoul somewhere in the convention, which was fun. That kept us busy for a few minutes as we were running around everywhere looking for it. So that was very fun. I love a little interactive thing. On Saturday morning, there was like a ribbon collecting little thing where you could either like trade, some people were just giving them out, or some people would have tasks for you to complete in order to get them. So we'll go down this. We stopped at one booth, which is Zenkai Con, which is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which we may or may not go to. Lancaster is like a little far for us, so we're still figuring that one out. But I got this ribbon from one guy that says, "This ribbon isn't half bad, nope, it's all bad," with the old guys from the Muppets, which I absolutely loved. This guy just had tasks for you to do, and he had like a printed out menu, and you could like choose to do a task, and he would give you that ribbon. But I didn't see one for that specific ribbon, so I like looked. I'm like, how do I get that ribbon? And he was like, "Oh, that ribbon? I just have to tell you a bad joke." And he did, and I got my ribbon, and that was amazing. That is the kind of shit I live for. There was also a guy who had a task for just writing in his little notebook, which sounds, I thought it was going to be a death note. I'm not going to lie. I thought that the task was going to be to write in a death note, but it was a bucket list. He wanted us to write a bucket list, and then you got a ribbon for it. That says My Zom 100, based off of the Zombie 100 anime. I did go to a meetup for Persona 5 because I did Futaba all weekend. So I had a lot of fun. I got a lot of people who like complimented me on it, which was nice because I am slowly kind of dabbling back into cosplay. And they also had, I think this was the first time they had it, was this year, they had these little backdrops in one section that were different scenes that you could take pictures in, and we did take a picture in that. But one on that I met was really nice. She was really cool, and she gave me a ribbon that says "A beautiful rose has thorns," and it has on it. And she was really nice. Everybody there was really nice. One thing I've always loved to do was the masquerade, or I like to watch the masquerade. But we've never sat through the whole thing because there was always a voice actor thing happening. But we actually sat through the entire thing this time. I always admire anybody who gets up on stage and does anything for it because it's not easy to do, and you know, who won the skits and whatnot, and that was really cool to see them all. It just really does give you that sense of like community that I think I've been like missing for a few years, is just getting to see all these people with like similar interests and being part of a community and just like cheering people on. So the last thing we did on Saturday was kind of do one last go round around the dealer's room just to make sure we didn't miss anything. And like I said, we didn't really do anything for voice actors, but I was aware that there was one voice actor there this year that I did actually want to meet, but didn't actually have anything for them to sign. This is a fairly new anime, and it's called Apothecary Diaries. I had wanted to cosplay Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries, which I didn't get around to doing, but it was nice to see that there were a few Mao Maos, which was really cool. And there was actually a Lady Lishu that was going around. We saw her do the walk-on on the in the masquerade, and she was amazing. Her cosplay was amazing, and I never saw her outside of that area, so I never got to tell her that. But if you dressed up as Lady Lishu, at Techo. Your cosplay was so good. As we were going down one of the rows, we were going past the voice actor section, and I happened to notice that the voice actor for Mao Mao, who we knew was there, but we just weren't paying attention to the voice actors, she was at her little table, and she was dressed up like Mao Mao, and she had no line. There was no line to her or whatever, and we were like, should we go over and get something like signed by her? And I was like, maybe, yeah, sure, why not? Her name is Emmy Lou, and she was really cool. We went in and I bought a print from her and she signed it, and it was so fun to like talk to her for a little bit because there was no line. Nobody was there. There was a staff member ahead of us, and that was it. And she was really, really cute. She clearly very much loves Mao Mao. This was the art print that I got, and you can't even tell. Well, maybe you can because it has like a reflection on it. It's like embossed paper, like it's a little bit sparkly, and it's really, really pretty, and it's Mao Mao, and she signed it to me, and then her signature in Mao Mao at the bottom. And she even had a custom made, if you know, in Japan, they have an official like stamp, like a seal that they use to sign important documents, and she got one made custom for her, which is you're not gonna be able to see it, I don't think. Sorry, Toru. It is a picture of Mao Mao, and apparently her Emmy Lou's like Chinese name on there, which was really cool. She was really fun to meet, and being able to see like all of her other like prints she had, because I really wasn't aware of her other voice acting roles that she had. That she also does Shoten Doji from Fate Grand Order, I believe is where Shoten Doji is from. So potentially would have gotten a print for that, but she was really cool. I really enjoyed meeting her, and I literally just carried this print around like the rest of the time like it was my baby, just like this is mine, and I can't wait to frame it and have it up. She is so cool, and I do appreciate a voice actor that clearly loves their character, because like I said, she was dressed up like Mao Mao. She had like the whole like costume and everything. She said she liked my cosplay. I was still in futaba, but I had taken my wig off because it was hurting. And she was saying that she has like the official futaba coat. She told me that Futaba's Japanese voice actor is the Japanese voice actor for Mao Mao, and how much she likes that. And it was really fun to talk to her. She was like a normal person. Of course they are. Like, voice actors are normal people. That is about it. That was the whole experience. We had literally so much fun, and I'm so excited to go back to like doing Techo next year. This is really like the highlight of the year, so we had so much fun. I know this video is kind of long, but that's normal for me, so I hope you guys liked it. You sat through it. If you did, thank you. And I will see you guys in the next video, where it will either be about a video game, or it's going to be an unboxing one of these figures, but hopefully I will see you there. Yeah, so bye.